Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, all series videos. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video, I'll be updating you on his mistress child. Guess what? Babuji set Krishna up. Babuji threw Yashoda out of the house. And guess what? Yashoda reveals Krishna's identity in front of everyone, shocking everyone. You need to watch till the end to find out how it happened. Please subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to click on the like button. It will help this video a lot. Let's go. The next morning, Babuji calls Krishna. Krishna finds the hall messed up and asks Babuji. Babuji says, "You have done this and now asking me." He calls Yashoda, asks her to see that Krishna got very angry in the night and broke the things in their house. Krishna says, "I didn't do anything." Kamini says, "See how he's lying. We have seen his Rudra avatar in night." Amma asks if we have broken our own house stuff. Yashoda says, "I know that Krishna can't do this." Babuji says, "I have called an inspector here." Krishna tells Yashoda that he didn't do it. Inspector comes there. Babuji asks Inspector who will save them from Krishna. Yashoda and Nupo tells that Krishna can't do this. Asta and Sonu come and tell that they heard Krishna breaking the stuff. He says neighbors have seen Krishna locking Asta in room. Lawyer comes there and asks Inspector to take everyone's statement. He says tomorrow is his case hearing and says he will be sent to juvenile home. He asks who wants to give statement against Krishna. Everyone raises their hands. Mawa makes Arvind raise his hand. Yashoda says you are supporting them. Amma takes Yashoda to the room and says we are all helpless and says we have to lie to throw him out of the house. Yashoda says he is a little boy. Don't do this with him. Amma says take decision and throw him out of the house. She says he will be sent to juvenile home. Then what will you do for him? She asks her to take a decision. The episode starts with Babuji asking Yashoda to live with Krishna if she can't let him go. He says, "I will bring your stuff now." Amma asks Yashoda to agree to their sayings. Babuji and Amma go to the room. Kamini asks Mawa to get happy as Yashoda has no place here. "And you will rule here." Mawa smiles happily. Krishna asks Yashoda to let him go. Yashoda again thinks Krishna is Ashok's son. Asta asks if you will leave house because of him. Nepal tells that Dada and Daddy are doing wrong with Krishna. Arvind tries to stop Babuji, who is throwing Yashoda's stuff out. Amma says Yashoda will take her stuff herself. Arvind asks what we will answer to neighbors. She is the Bahu of this house. Babuji packs Yashoda's stuff and throws on the floor. Yashoda asks Arvind to let Babuji do what he wants. Arvind says, "I can't bear to see my mother like Babi's insult." Amma says, "You have changed your mother." Arvind says, "Let Ashok Baya return. Till then, let them stay here." Babuji says, "When Ashok returns, then call us." He asks Arvind to decide who is his parents and tells that they can't stay with such son and Bahu in the same house. He asks Amma to pack their bags. Yashoda says, "This is your house." Amma says, "My husband is the owner of the house. When you don't respect him, then why are you stopping him?" She gives her promise on her husband, Ashok, and says, "Let him do what he wants." Arvind tries to stop Amma. Mawa stops him. Krishna asks Yashoda to let him go. Asta says, "Else Dada and Daddy will leave." Kamini says, "You are stubborn and shameless woman. First, you made your husband run away, and now you want everyone to leave, and you want to stay in the house with this orphan." Babuji and Ama insult Yashoda with their comments. Marwa says Ama is very upset with you. She is not getting respect and leaving house because of you. Babuji asks Ama to come. They are about to leave. Ama asks Kamini and Marwa if they will come or stay here. Kamini says, I will not stay here, and pretends that she will go with them. Yashoda tries to stop Babuji. Babuji says this house is yours and of this orphan boy. Yashoda says, please stay back. Ama scolds Yashoda again and curses Krishna, says he will never get peace by snatching our peace. She curses him and says, you will not get any happiness or peace, and your father or all your family will be sad like we are sad. And your father and all your family will be sad like we are sad. She says they will go through the same pain as us. Babuji says deity blood is deity only, even if he stays in respected house. Yashoda asks him to stop him. Babuji says he is deity blood, sin. Yashoda says Krishna is not sin, but he is your blood. He says, don't curse him or don't say bad to him, as he is your blood. He is Ashokji's son. He says, don't curse his father and family, as it will fall on your son and your family. Babuji asks Yashoda not to make the things dirty. Yashoda says, whom you are cursing since many days is your own blood, and says he is stepbrother of Ashta and Nopo. She says he is your grandson. Asta says, our papa can't be Krishna's papa. Nopo says, yes. Ama slaps Yashoda and asks, how much will you stoop? You are putting Mala's sin on Ashok's head. Yashoda says, Ashokji left home because of this truth. She says, the truth will not change. Krishna is Mala and Ashok's son. She says, Mala is not in this world, and Ashokji asked me to take care of Krishna many times. So I request you all to let him stay here until Ashokji returns. She says, I will not stop Krishna after Ashokji returns. Babuji says, I can understand what is in your mind, and says, if I will agree if you link this illegitimate boy to my son. Krishna says, I am my mother's son, and the man who betrayed my mother is Madam G's husband and your son. Arvind asks Krishna not to utter any word against his brother, and says, even my blood is boiling hearing this. Babuji asks Yashoda to take him away from his sight. Kamini asks Yashoda to do as Babuji said. Krishna is about to leave. Yashoda says, you will not go anywhere until Ashokji's return. She says, let him come and accept the truth. She says, his consent is needed for your exit from here. She says, I am asking you this for my sacrifices. Kamini thinks she will not let anyone believe that Krishna is Ashok's son. She says they are giving a good performance and says they are conspiring against us. Yashoda shouts, GG, and says, I have never done any conspiracy and doing a duty of a wife. Marwa asks her to let him go. Nupo asks Yashoda to let Krishna go. Asta asks her to say that Krishna and her papa is not same. Krishna asks her to let him go. Babuji is angry. Yashoda requests them to pray to God that Ashokji returns home soon. And then, if your Bagu opens her mouth, then she will bear any punishment given to her. Asta says mommy just cares about Krishna. Kamini instigates Ama and tells that Yashoda is doing a big conspiracy. First, she made my brother leave the house, and now trying to make this illegitimate boy as my brother's son. She asks her to understand the depth of the matter. She asks Babuji to go and handle Ama. She says if they accept Krishna, then Sonu will not get anything. She decides to prove the truth as a lie. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.